Hey guys, welcome to Rudy's World. Today we're going to talk about the unboxing of the TurboGrafx 16. This thing is pretty cool. I was actually very impressed. I was supposed to get it January 2021, and Amazon delivered it a couple of days ago. These are what they call a mini. We got a couple of these minis over here. Like for example, I got my, this is a Sega Genesis, only smaller. I'm actually modding this one, so while most of the week, or most of the time you guys are working this time of the week, I'm off because I got a weird schedule. So today's my video game day. I'm actually working on hacking my stuff, adding more games to the Sega Genesis, reliving the old stuff, some of the things I could never own, and loading everything up. So today we're going to do the unboxing. So, again, this is the TurboGrafx 16. I'm going to flip everything around. That way it's a little bit easier to see. So these are some of my minis. These things have been pretty awesome. I gotta say that the Nintendo, that was an interesting adventure. Super Nintendo, and down there is the PlayStation 1. And like you already saw the Genesis. Here we go. So again, this is the TurboGrafx 16. Some of the games that it comes with, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this over here. Alien Crush. Got some weather in the area, so we're getting all this rain. So it's a good day to be inside working on this stuff here. My neighbor, he had one of these, and I used to come over his house and play. So anyway, let me give you my first impression and see what I like, see what I don't like. And again, I'm doing things one-handed, so that makes it a little bit more challenging. In the future, I'll probably invest in some kind of a tripod. The box is just like the original system, except a little smaller. Okay, inside we have the box. I do apologize for the Blair Witch camera angles here. All right. So very light, very well packed. Too well packed. Here's the TurboGrafx 16. It features the card slot, like the original one did. And it's got the USB ports just like the other ones, which is pretty awesome. And back here, oh, okay. So this is a little different. The power cable looks like sits on the front here. And looks like the NEC TurboGrafx now belongs to Konami over here. Alright, so we're going to pop the cover off. Maybe. I'm going to put you guys down for a moment. See what this thing looks like here. Alright. There's the instructions with this. This is a little different here. Oh, okay. So you pull up on the back end of this thing and it kind of slide it out. And I can't remember if you guys remember how this used to connect. I know there was a TurboGrafx 16 CD at one time. Okay, so so what else comes with this thing? We've got the regular HDMI cord, which I already have hooked up. I already have one pre-positioned for us. And just like the original, I believe the original only one came with one controller. So actually pretty impressed. This is back here, it's got a USB. So I bet you could probably cycle this out with some of the other USBs, all with the exception of the Nintendos. The Nintendos had their own special USB connector. But the controller you can see on here has a pad like it used to. And the most important, it's also got the turbo switches with 3 different settings for rapid fire, which actually is pretty impressive. Then we got the start and select, and it feels just like the old one, and also the 2 buttons that were popular at the time. Okay, and of course, USB power cable. The one thing they don't include in here is one of these. That's the one thing you have to kind of provide, and I guess they figured that since everybody's getting phones and everything else, they already have one, which is the case with me. But it'd be nice to know. I mean, if you're out there buying it and you don't know, then you got to go out to the store and find one or get one online. It's kind of a slowdown, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect this thing in here. So you slide it in the back. Wow, this is... So, I tell you what I think, what I like, what I don't like. This is the part I really don't like. You shove it in here, and you kind of turn it and drop it in here, connect it up, and then, so then you have to take your USB and slide it through the hole. This is kind of awkward. And sideways, and hopefully this thing slides back in place. Now this is a system. Okay, there's a little slot in here that you push down to get it in, to lock it back in place. Whole console is pretty light, and that's it. That's what's in the box. So now we're gonna take this and plug it in, and we're going to do this. Switch your cameras through here again. So I already have this thing hooked up, so actually I don't. We'll just use the one that I put in. Plug it into the slot. And then I already have a pre-positioned HDMI cable. Where does that go? Wow, you can really tell that I'm actually working on this right out of the box. So we're going to make this easier. We're just going to take this cover off, because everything that you need is actually underneath this again. So everything is underneath the covers over here. You already saw where I put in the USB. The HDMI is right next to this. This, I must say, is, I could think of several different spots to put this in. This would definitely not be on any of my choices. So we're gonna, I can't really tell if it's even seated. Okay, so, moment of truth, so let's turn this thing on. Aha, here we go. Alright, so then we're going to take our joystick. And the good thing about these things too, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a guy named ETA Prime, and he's got some really excellent videos on how to modify these items. Because, I mean, alone, they come with a nice collection of games, but it doesn't have everything. This is a way to add more stuff to it. Okay, so you plug that in, and here's the remote. There's a better look at it. Like I said, the pad here, select and start, or run in this case, and the 2 buttons, and your adjustable rapid fires. So, we've got language. Let's see, I confirm. And here we are. So the menu is kind of self-guiding here. It's not that pretty easy to figure out what we're looking for. Always been a big car fan, so let's just give this a quick whirl. So we're going to confirm. It's got the card. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool. So the one thing about this one is you can actually go through and okay, cool. Well, you're not going to sit here watching me play games. We're going to check out this one item here. There is one Easter egg to this. And we're going to try it out real quick. This is the last thing we want to try to accomplish. So, turn it back on. So this is alphabetical. I'm actually not seeing what I'm looking for. But I tell you what, if I find it, we'll continue. So, here's what I pretty much got out of this. It's a really good setup. If you are one of those who likes to add mod stuff to it, the one thing like I said I don't like is this front end over here. All the cables have to be tucked away underneath this thing. Now, that's not a very good spot. Everything else, the pad, the simple setup is actually great, and I would probably recommend this. I'm kind of looking at some of the comments over here. I can say all about the first NES, which is over here, that I paid the overpriced scalping price for. I think these things are well worth it. I mean, I definitely do think. Card slots, well, this is a demo card slot, as you can see, no cards, but unlike the other one, actually, this is resembles pretty close to the way the original system was. And, you know, if you're a broke high school kid like we were back in those days and mowing lawns and trying to get money to get your console for that summer, that was my story for the Nintendo and the Master System and even the Genesis. I think this is a great little product, so I do recommend. Any questions or comments, let me know. Until then, have a good day.